what made me come to Baltimore? So I finished school in Pittsburgh. I graduated. I had a girlfriend that moved to Florida. I moved to Florida. Of course, love, yada, yada, yada. Didn't work out. But in the midst of it not working out, I got into a fight at the job I was at, and I punched somebody in the face. Pretty much, I had no reason to be in Florida anymore after that.
Okay.
So I came here because my mother was here.
Okay.
While I was in school in Pittsburgh, my mother moved from New York to Baltimore. So, you know, it's like home is wherever your mother go if shit get rocky. So I was like, yeah, I gotta. She was telling me, yo, come up here, there's opportunity, yada yada. So while I was in Florida, I got my CDLs. That was the one good thing about me being in Florida. I was saying, damn, relationship failed, punched somebody in the face, got fired, but I got my CDL. So I was like, I'm out.
A lesson. Okay.
And that's how I got here.
So where did you get your start with like the art? So like painting and.
All right, so I didn't know what I wanted to do with art until it was my senior year in high school, and they was like apply for colleges and stuff, and it's like when you from certain places, you from certain people, there's a lot of things that hold you back due to just not knowing.
Yeah.
And so I remember the Art Institute representative came to the school a while ago and said, fill out this application, fill in 3 places that you would want to go to school at. I forgot all about it, and then they called me one day at home, said, hey, this so-and-so, I remember Alicia Walker from the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, yada, yada, yada. And that's literally how I started on the art path. But when I was in high school, I was just a kid. I was quiet, and a lot of people don't believe that now, because the way I am now, but I was very quiet, but I would draw and pass the drawings around the class. Like, yo, who did this? This the teacher. Who did this? Like, Donald did it. Donald did it. So that's the thing. I would draw the teachers in the class. I wasn't even voted most artistic in high school. Like, nobody really knew, you know.
They underestimated.
Yeah. I'm really cool with the kid who was voted most artistic. I'm nicer than him. I'm real cool with him still, but I'm way better than him.
What would you say is like the first piece where you was just like, yo, I gotta take this serious. Like, I gotta get a roll on this thing.
The first piece was and it was really popular on Tumblr. Was you around for that Tumblr phase?
That Tumblr, that was something else, man.
Tumblr was
that was your incognito.
Right,
like,
before Tumblr became
just to express your feelings before you could say it in front of anybody else.
Right, so Tumblr. I was around during the Tumblr phase. I was drawing one night in my old apartment in Pittsburgh, 294 Craft Avenue. And I said, man, I did this Wiz Khalifa one where he's smoking. And of course in Pittsburgh, Wiz was a military brat, but he claims Pittsburgh as his home. So, I said I'm gonna do this because I was dating a girl at the time who was a pothead, but she loved Kush and OJ. So I said, yo, I'm gonna do this Wiz one, and I'm gonna keep doing illustrations for 1 year and see where it takes me. And now I'm here. You know, but it was a Wiz Khalifa one. I say that even though I've done pieces before that, that one was the night I said I'm gonna do these and I'm gonna see where it takes me. And so I say that was like the one. You know.
Have you done like a commission or any other piece for someone else and he was like, I think I might need to keep this. Or you might need to make like your own version of it because it was that good.
Actually, yes. The Michael Jordan piece, the 23. It's titled. My father's Haitian. I took 3 years of French in high school. I don't know French, so excuse me while I say this. It's 23 in French. It's called 23. And it's 23. But I just call it Jordan 23, or people just say the Jordan piece. But everyone knows what I'm talking about. The tongue hanging out, the spit. When I was creating that piece, I lost my camera. My camera broke. My computer was down, and I would sneak into school to do the art because I graduated already.
Okay.
If you didn't have the valid sticker for the quarter, every quarter is 3 months. If you didn't have the valid sticker, you couldn't get in. So I would either hide it. When I would put the ID up, I would hold my thumb over it. Or I knew a security guard, and I would start conversation and be like, all right, I'm heading inside now. Okay. You know, and he would just not know that I didn't show him his ID. But that piece was I was doing that piece and a Nike rep contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, do you have any Jordan pieces? I have a friend who celebrates Michael Jordan every Monday. It's called Michael Jordan Mondays or some shit like that, where she rocked the sneakers. And so I did that piece. I took that piece from just what I was doing and then geared it toward that woman.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Hey, could you put the sign Michael Jordan Mondays in the crowd?" I said, "Sure." Then after I did it, I stripped it of the specifics to make it for that woman and then put it out as my own. So yeah, that was one piece where I stripped the things off of it and said, "Nah, this is mine." And that's my most selling piece. I've sold the most. That shit sell for real.
So some of your earlier pieces I seen had like this drizzle effect, like the drizzle paint effect. So you like drizzle the paint through the actual picture or like around it. What put you on a path to start creating like that, and what made you stop?
All right, so that started with a lie. My friend Sean connected me with Baron Batch. He's a former Steelers running back, and he turned into an artist. He broke his arm, and it was a lot of shit with the Steelers and him. He was going back and forth. I ain't trying to tell all his business, but he ended up retiring, of course, because the injuries, and he became an artist. And my friend Sean Buford, that's my man, big brother. I'm his daughter's godfather. So he said to me, "Yo, I want you to meet Baron." I went to meet Baron, and Baron said, "Yo," and of course everyone know me for digital art, my prints. He said, "Yo, you paint these?" I said, "Yeah." I was lying, and that's how it started. Okay. So, and he showed me ways. I used to do public art where I would bid. He showed me these things, and it's amazing when people meet you and they show you things that made them successful because they believe in you so much.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to learn that just because the architect of the tool gives it to you doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. And so a lot of my and I'm going way off on a tangent here, but I learned that I got that from Baron Batch as far as like painting. Mm-hmm. Before that, I never painted until I lied to him and said, "Yeah." Because I'm on the spot, I'm in the studio, we got canvases around. Fuck, I'm gonna say no. So I said, "Yeah." And you start to learn it doesn't matter what anyone gives you. I'll give you all my tools. I could give you my MacBook, my Wacom tablet, all of my files. You may not know what to do with it. I know what to do with it. Just like you could give me this thing that I took curiosity in, your camera. I used to do photos. I never did video. I don't know how the hell to use it. You understand? So it's just like you could give me your tools all day, but I don't know what the hell to do with them. And like I start to learn. That's how I started to learn how good I was. Because you would get people who were successful in their own field trying to give me tips like, "Yo, do this, do this," and you could tell they just wanted me to be as successful as them. But it's the same token as like I had to say in my mind like, you gotta slow down. You not fit. You not fit for their lifestyle. They giving you the tools. You gotta leave. Don't try to run with them. You know, it's like, thank you for the tools. I'm gonna go back to where I'm at though and try to use it. You know, so Baron Batch is the reason why I started painting my stuff. He showed me things like buying big pieces of stretch canvas, and there's this type of glue where you could get your print it out like you have prints on the wall. I get one of those prints and I cut out around them. You could put the paper on the stretch canvas piece that you on the loose canvas piece that you just added paint on it, drizzle, paint, whatever. Take a drawing of mine's, print it, cut it out, put it on there, put the glue, and I would hang it as public art, and it would stick to the canvas.
Okay.
You know, so like I did that when I first moved downtown, because I used to live with my mother at first, because that's when I first got here. I lived in Glen Burnie, and then I moved downtown in MLK, near the Popeyes Chicken on MLK, near the old Maryland General Hospital. So I was around the drama, up the street from Lexington Market, all that. So I would hang public art and shit, and he showed me a lot of that stuff. So yeah, he's the reason why I started painting my stuff, because I lied to him. Yeah.
So your style is animated and it's like exaggerated.
Right.
What started it? How did you develop that style?
Went to school for animation. I went to school. I have a degree, bachelor's of science degree in media arts and animation from the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. It's now closed. The school was a fucking wreck. It was a clown. It was a circus. It was full of That school is in a lot of trouble for They would accept money from students.
Mm.
Now you understand, if you're a student, I'm the bank. I give you the money. You a student. You pay the school. The school takes the money, but the school's out of the picture. Now I'm the bank saying you owe me money. The school's out of the picture. So they made a lot of money doing that, accepting kids, taking their loans. But as a kid, you don't understand. In 3, 4, 5 years, it's gonna be a battle between you and the bank or the entity they get to get your money, like Navient. We all know who the fuck they are, you know. So the school is out of the picture, and they was in a lot of trouble for doing that to a lot of kids. I'm in class with people I could draw light years ahead better than, and I'm like, how the fuck did she get in this class? But they would just accept anybody just based on loans. But I went to school for animation though. Like I could still 2D animate. I plan to buy a light box so I could do more 2D animations, and I could do it on Photoshop, but I'm a more hand drawn type guy, so I rather draw out the specs of everything first and then put it into the computer. But I went to school for animation, so a lot of people look at it and say, "Wow, it looks like it moves. It looks like it," cause like that's where my foundation is from. Like I went to school for that, 2D and 3D. Like I built characters and everything. So yeah.
Wait, why you don't do no 3D stuff?
It's very tedious.
Yeah,
3D
it is. I don't even know why. Actually, I know how tedious it is. But
3D is tedious, and I didn't enjoy it. And the moment I told myself I'm not doing 3D art, but you know I might end up doing it because I have a MacBook, and the possibilities are endless with Apple computers. Yeah. But my teacher, Miss Love, invited these guys from a studio to the school, and she said they're gonna give you evaluations. They left, and then she read the evaluations off to the class. And my evaluation was, seems uninterested, doesn't seem like he wants to apply. And it's true. I fucking hated that school. I wanted to get out. I hated the program. I was literally just running a race to finish at this point. And that's what Miss Love was saying. Listen, you're here already. Just finish. Just fucking finish and then go on with your life. And that's what I did. I finished. I graduated, did the portfolio, had all the shit I needed. I said, I'm out of there. But understand that I made it through school by the skin of my teeth, and it was all based on natural talent. I didn't apply myself at all. I'm not going to lie. I was a mediocre student. I only tried one time when I got an F on midterm. I ordered the 3D book offline. I studied it. I built a character. You ever saw the movie 9, the 3D movie 9?
Mm-hmm.
I built a character based on that movie,
okay.
And it was 10. And I built a character with the woven material, and he was made out of like a potato sack, and I got like a B- from an F. Okay. That's the first time I ever applied myself at that school, you know. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. But I wasn't the beast I was until I left, and I realized I was left with debt, a degree, and no direction as far as where my artistic career was headed. And that's when I started locking in, and that's when like I just became the person a lot of people know.
Okay, would you say now the art that you do now speaks to your personality? So if I just see like a piece of your work, am I gonna be like, yo, this is him? Like in real life?
This is the thing, is like a lot of people. It's like I'm I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm too much for people because I'll be turned up, I'll be crazy, I'll be loud, like. Even you could look at my IG, look at me driving here. I'm like fucking listening to reggae and all that shit. Like, I'll say, yeah, my art speaks to my personality more than when you first meet me. Because when people first meet me, they say, wow, you're so mellow, you're so calm. But it's like, it depends how I feel. Sometimes I may be around somebody, like, if me and you hung out, automatically, I would turn up. Why? Because your energy is, you mellow.
Mm-hmm.
You mellow. So I would be like, all right, I got space to act foolish. But if you was like me, I would then fall back. And it's like, I could do both, where a lot of people could do only one. But a lot of times and it's usually with the girls I date, it's like, all right, she loud, she wild, let me fall back. I'm not going to drink too much. She going to turn up. Let me just make sure she good, you know? So it's like I'm able to switch back and forth. But my art definitely defines my inner personality, my inner thoughts, the craziness, the wackiness, the colors, the everything. Yeah, it definitely does. But a lot of people don't realize I'm like that because sometimes they meet me, they be like, "Yo, you so mellow, like I don't understand," you know. So, yeah.
All right, so the Barksdale piece.
Yeah.
You've been in Baltimore for what you said, 2014.
2014.
How
yeah.
come this is your first time making a wire piece?
So it's funny because I don't know this girl's real name, but let me see. But this young lady who bought a lot of my Martin pieces, she hit me up, and I just posted it because I said this is the reason why I'm doing the wire pieces. But all right, so I was a kid in Queens. I was watching The Wire with my sister Alexis. We was too young to be watching that. What was we doing? But we watched The Wire together. We watched Oz together, and we also saw the Monsters Ball scene together as kids, which was crazy. But and we both was like, whoa, 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 whoa. We was playing with toys. All of a sudden, Holly Berry's screaming crazy. Yeah.
Wild,
but she contacted me and said, and I quote, I have it right here. It says, "Hey, you ever do anything from The Wire? Been doing this Wire watch party, and it has me wishing I had a shirt." This is in April when COVID just hit hard. And I said, no, I love the show. I'll try something dope. That's how it happened. This young lady, I don't, Lord have mercy.
How did you know what characters to pick, though?
Oh, because I watched the show already.
Okay.
I know, I love the show. I relate to Stringer Bell. I love Stringer. Why I love Stringer? Because I could relate to him as far as, I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't, I always felt out of place. I wasn't always as tough as the tough kids. I wasn't always as tough as my brothers and them. You know, so you always questioning where's your place in this jungle. And when I saw Stringer and I said, damn, this dude is reading, he's got glasses, he's articulate. I was like, damn, like, you know, so it's like I fell in love with that shit. But this young lady here, her IG is Concrete Rose Grows. She's the reason why I'm doing the wire pieces, and because she spent money on me before, it's like I respect her word. You know, if it was just somebody that keep hit me up, don't spend no money, fuck out of here. I want to hear from you. But it's like, yo, it's just off the strength that this lady spends money. She's dead ass serious, so I consider her word. Usually I blow people off. I don't got time for that shit. But that's why it happened, and I never thought of doing it. You know, and I see the state that Baltimore is in now, and I can only say that The Wire kind of foretold the future of the way the city is. And if you pay attention to The Wire, the way The Wire is, you look at how The Wire starts. It's adults. It ends with kids. Pretty much all the kids at the last season takes place of all the adults. Mike, he's a killer. He's a killer now. The one with the long hair, he's the punk ass. He probably gonna get a regular job. Doogie is a dope head, drug fiend, just like Bubs. And who else? The one with the braids. What did he end up doing? I think he just ended up going on the straight and narrow. Oh man, I can't remember. But all of them represent the adults, and it's like you see that now. This is the first place I've been here when I seen kids strung out. I've never seen kids strung out in my life. Young kids, beautiful girls, looking a mess, running with dirty dudes. They pants down to the back of their knees, like walking. You're not even like he can't even call you Uber or Lyft. You just walking. Your hair look crazy, like so. It's like as much as I didn't pay attention to The Wire, once she mentioned it, I locked in. You know, so she's the reason why I did it. Honestly, I wasn't doing shit when she hit me up. Like my productivity went so down just because I got to the point where I was like, my health means more to me than my than looking cool doing art. So I say I'd rather stay sane and sleep well than to stay up trying to complete an art piece and impress people on Instagram. So, but she kind of got me back into that OCD mode where I feel like I gotta get this done. I gotta work. I gotta draw. I gotta, you know. So, real talk.
So, how has like Corona time been for you, as far as like creating?
Lovely, lovely. I can't lie. This probably is like a up time for me and a lot of artists. You know, it's like And because with Corona came a lot of police brutality shit, and it's like it's so foul, but I appreciate it. But it's like, damn, all these people now buying stuff from me because it's all about supporting black businesses. Where was y'all niggas at? Where was y'all at? Where was y'all at? You know, it's like, yo, like, and it's like I used to be in Pittsburgh, and there was an artist that would be like, support black art, support. I'm like, yo, fuck out of here. Most of my trials and tribulations with art came from black people. Motherfuckers stealing from you, don't want to pay you. These bum ass rappers don't want to pay you for their mixtape. Real talk. So it's like, yo, fuck out of here. I base things on case by case basis. It's the people. You know, I had Caucasian folk that invited me to their home when I had no place to stay. Real talk. When I was in Pittsburgh, staying at 7032 Thomas Boulevard, staying in the house. My friend Megan and her boyfriend, like, yo, they invited me into their home. So it's like I'm so on the fence, you know. It's like, in Pittsburgh is such a racist city. I'd be lying if I said I dealt with racism there. I haven't. I can't lie. I've even sat bars with white people and I say, yo, what drink is that? They give me the cup, say, here, take a sip. And I would be like, drink and be like, and then look at them and they just go get to drinking that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, so it's like almost like the friendliness bugged me out. And these are no people that's trying to cape for being Black Lives Matter supporters or nothing. They just motherfuckers that I work in the kitchen with that know me and say, here, take a sip, you know? So, but I do have a lot of friends. Oh shit. I do have a lot of friends that dealt with that shit. So it's only right that I support them. And my father's from Haiti. Donald Trump said Haiti's a shithole. So that's just another thing, you know? So, yeah.
So what would you say, like, do you think that art can speak a language, I would say, to present this message, I guess, to bring, like, black people together and to, like, speak more so, like, on getting that view out there to those who need to see about defunding the police or, like, doing more to the justice system so that police are charged just the same as another person will be charged.
Right. So I think, damn, this is rough because it's like some artists, they do shit just to look cool. You know, you see some pieces where it got like, I hate the pieces with the obvious triggering signs that get a response. The man hanging from the tree, the fucking KKK, a burning, you know, it's like, there's certain symbols I could put in an art piece that I know would get people turned up. It's obvious. So, let's say with the Elmer Fudd Negro Season piece, I said to myself, and I purposely said to myself, let's make something controversial. I said to myself, let's make something controversial. So I said, you know what? I gotta figure out what am I gonna do. I said, yo, let's use a cartoon because it's innocence and it'll pull people in. You know, you could be 60 years old, you see an Animaniac sign, and you gonna go, oh shit, Dot, what the fuck she doing out here? You know, so it's like, so I say, yo, let's use Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd was a childhood cartoon that my mother grew up on. But that shit replayed and replayed and replayed to the point where I grew up on it. So it was like, I said, let's use Elmer Fudd. And I looked at I looked Elmer Fudd and I saw the shot with him sticking a gun in Bugs Bunny's face. And I was like, oh, here we go. And I said, I'm not Bugs, I'm going to use a black kid and put him in Bugs' colors. So if you look at the piece, he got the gray. His whole outfit is gray. And I said, I'm going to take Elmer Fudd and put him in American colors. It's like, he doesn't represent nothing, just authority. It might be the IRS, it might be the government, it might be the Army, it might be the Air Force. And I got a cousin that's in the Coast Guard, so I don't mean to shit on him, but you understand what I'm saying. It's like, he represents authority. And I said, boom. I said, let's call it N-word season with the ER. Then I said, nah, that's too easy. That's too easy. It's too easy to get a reaction with the N-word. With the ER, oh, that's going to turn people up. So I said, nah, let's just make it Negro season. Because that's also triggering, but it's also so old. It's like, Negro, who uses that? It's such an old statement. So I was like, yo, let's use the word Negro. And it's like, man, I've been praised and I've been called a coon for it too. You know, so it's like, I like instigating. I like starting shit. So it's like the more reaction, the better. If you don't like the art, the happier I get. Because it's like, I got an emotional reaction out of you. People is on Twitter having powwows about me. Yo, yeah, he need to make I'ma fight black and blah blah blah. That's easy, but that's not reality. Ain't no fucking black cop running down on white people, sticking a gun in their mouth, talking about you need to make him black, make that person white. That's fake. That's fake. I'm not gonna make you happy with imagination. No, I'm gonna give you the real deal. You're gonna take it how you take it.